Right.
right? That sick us on each other, and they ain't never around when the shit go down.
That's deep. That's deep. Hey, so Rod, before I go to this next clip, let me ask you this last question. So, like, do you think because they being that they extraterrestrials or whatever, interdimensional beings, and they don't feel the same type of morals that we feel. Like say we eat chicken, right? We eat chicken. We make chicken breasts and sandwiches and chicken pasta and all this. The chicken, if you was a chicken and looking at it from the chicken perspective, the chicken might be feeling the same way we feel about them eating our children. We eat eggs, children, fetuses. They fetuses, all this. It ain't no problem. So, do you feel it's a moral guideline between these beings, interdimensional evil beings, and us?
It doesn't have anything to do with morality.
Okay.
That's they. Just like our nature is to defend our babies and don't let them eat them, their nature is to eat them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's just the realm of opposites. Remember, that's one of the Hermetic law, the law of opposites.
That's right.
Okay, now if you gonna have a defender, he gotta have something to defend against.
Right.
Right. And the only way he's gonna know what to defend against is he got to know where you being attacked at.
Right.
Right? Once you get a good, clear understanding of where the attack coming from, now you can either fight the long war by fighting the soldiers, or you can go straight for the top and try to eliminate the generals.
Yeah, that's what
which will give you control of the soldiers.
Right.
Right? You wipe out his generals, you wipe out the commander or their leader, and now you got control of their army. Without firing a single shot.
Well, if the chickens is plotting on us right now for doing them in.
The nature of the chicken is a prey animal.
Yeah.
The chicken is genetically designed to feed larger animals. Now, how do I know this? Every bird just about fly. Any bird that's that big and fat that can't fly. Even a turkey can fly.
Yeah.
But a chicken can't fly. That means that he have a designed nature to interfere with him escaping the dangers of a predator. All he can do is run around and squawk.
Yeah. Man, that makes
but
sense.
sometimes you got a game rooster that'll try to defend the pack.
Yeah.
Until he get put in the pot.
Yeah. And fried it.
Yeah. So the chicken is genetically designed to be a prey animal. Nature provides prey animal for predatory animals.
That makes sense.
Right? To feed on. If nature without cannibalism or carnivores or carnivorous animals feeding on other animals was a negative thing, why would nature do it? Nature do it out of necessity.
Right.
Nature follows the law of necessity. The law of necessity says if it's necessary to do it, then you do it. If it's not necessary, don't do it.
Right.
Right? All of the things that we see strange in other animals, and we be like, that has no use. It got a use for that animal. But it don't have a use that you can comprehend because you didn't create that animal and you didn't design that piece to do that function. It's like our appendix. Right? They've been trying to figure out what is the purpose of the appendix. They still ain't figured it out. Right? So they sitting at the tonsils. They call them a vestige organ of a bygone era when they had a function and the use when we was in a different state of existence as mammals. So those are carryovers that we don't need in this reality, in this incarnation, but we all got it.
Yeah.
Nature wouldn't let us keep it this long when it got rid of everything else that we didn't need.
Right.
We still needed to be furry, but nature stripped us naked.
Right.
Forced us to use our brain to make clothes. Why would nature do that? Right? If
Right.
nature don't do that and you can be warm with fur, you wouldn't use your brain to develop clothes.
Right.
So nature put you in the condition to force you to think about a situation and solve the problem as the most highest evolved of the intellectual mammals.
Makes sense.
Right? So nature teaches you by creating a necessity to force you to adapt. Your adversity is only tolerable up until when the flip comes, your ability to receive your reward. Some people can take more suffering than other people. So they have to do functions in the family structure that the ones that can't take the weight of the punishment can't stand to lose. It's too much for them, but for you, it's nothing. Right? So once you understand the concepts of how nature is using nature to teach you naturally, then it's easier for you to see the patterns in everything around you. Because everything is cyclic and it's in patterns.
Hey, I was talking to one of the elders one time, and he was telling me a whole bunch of stuff about how the land used to be before the colonizers came. And he was saying that before they came over here, that we didn't really eat birds. That we like the chicken. We didn't. The chicken, he said the chicken is like an offspring of a bird called a dodo bird. And he said that when what happens is when the Europeans got over here, the birds, because we used to feed them the fish guts. When we used to go to the river and fish, we get the fish guts, throw them to the birds. And so we didn't eat them. They used to walk right up to us, like we were friendly with them. But when these European Moors came, they see this bird walk up to them like, they say, oh, this bird dumb. This bird don't got no. Let's kill him. They started killing all of them and eating them. And then, but we didn't really eat birds over here. Birds were spiritual animals over here, especially like the eagle and like the hawk, different things like that. So, do you think
we ate birds?
Yeah, certain types.
But we didn't eat birds of prey,
right?
Because they're spiritual rank, because they fly the highest in altitude.
Right.
And we didn't eat the condors, the vultures and buzzards, because they was required to be the cleanup crew. We knew they was necessary as the cleanup crew for the decaying carcasses that would spoil the land if it was too many of them.
Uh-huh.
So the reverence for the cleanup crew to be able to dispense with the decaying corpses is the same reverence as the predator able to see from 200 miles in the sky or 2 miles in the sky a rodent running down and swoop down and grabbing.
Yeah, hawk good at it.
Right. Those are symbols of different types of chief. Right? The cleanup crew is the big heavy lifting soldiers that comes up at the end when everybody else had a chance to resolve the matter. The cleanup crew come in and they clean shit up. That's it. And then to talk about. Right. It's a dirty job, so I know I'm gonna get dirty, but it's gonna get cleaned up. Right? Then you have your high thinkers, the ones who's painting the tapestry of what you need to see. Those are the ones with the eagle eye, the hawk eye. And you can tell by the name of the chief what totem energy, because those animals represent an energy frequency that we can also use.
Right.
As a totem animal. Our reverence for that animal have to be the same as that animal reverence for us in reciprocity.
Right.
Right? So the animal that strikes your heart chord becomes your totem animal first, right? And when you're born with a totem animal spirit guide, then those are some of the strongest spirit guides to have when you on Earth because they keep you out of shit or they keep you in a bunch of shit.
Right.
It
Hey,
just
so
depends on the nature of the totem animal.
that's good stuff. Hey, that same elder also told me. He said if you go to a place if you don't see no buzzards or vultures, don't live there because ain't no good food. Ain't no good food there. Ain't no vultures.
That's because it goes to the mythos of the corpses spoiling the land.
uh,
When the land is spoiled, the food is no good.
Just like you said.
Yep. So I've been talking about the flip for ever since I knowed you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So this just another person that's seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, telling y'all what he see. The
Right.
convergence is when the algorithm is showing this. We didn't took over, but we don't know we took over yet, and we don't know what it feel like once the takeover has took place.
Uh,
Because we don't remember it happening in a time where we can understand what it would feel like, what it would look like, right? But the flip is the changing of the guard from the old system to the new.
right.
All of the old stuff, the analog, is being shut down, going to the digital. The same way we going from iron based carbon to gold based crystalline. Most of us don't know that. When the crystals in the DNA activate the dormant DNA, that's going to be full activation of what you really are.
Right.
Most of us think, oh, we just humans. But our DNA ain't turned on yet. A human is just the avatar for something much greater. And the frequency that comes through the DNA determines how much of the higher energy will be able to facilitate that avatar. How much of your spiritual energy are you able to project into the 3D?
Right.
And the ones who can do it, they become your entertainers of society, your artisans, your painters, your poets, your storytellers. And they harnessing the high spiritual frequency, and then they describing the realm around them in terms that somebody later would come along to determine what the earth has went through on the watch of these artists. So it goes from hieroglyphics to now, but that's going to change because the language going to change, the
Right.
symbols going to change, right? The geography going to change, the geometry going to change. It all is part of the rewrite of the history for the next 26,000 years. So this right is the golden age coming in, trying to figure out how to advance the civilization even higher
Right.
to higher realms of consciousness where you can operate a six-dimensional self in a three-dimensional platform to bring about different ingenuity to the reality, expressing your God self, right? And you
Right.
become co-creator with the creator while the creation is creating itself.
Right. So it pretty much was inevitable. Like being that we go into the sun cycle, it's like it was only a matter of time before this is gonna have to happen anyway. It was like no way around it really. It was gonna do
Right.
it with or without us. Without us, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the cycles. The only ones that's gonna do something is the ones that's genetically programmed of what to do.
Right.
Everybody don't know what to do because they ain't supposed to be. It might be above their pay grade. But some of us came down here with a mission,
Right.
so we decided to do what we had to do.
Right.
right? Spiritually, nobody on earth from earth, including none of the animals. We are spiritually projected into this 3D and to experience the consciousness and all of the three-dimensional laws, which gives us data in the fourth dimension, fifth dimensional form, right? So we make malleable the world around us by general consensus of what we accept to be true. Because ain't nothing true until we say it's true. Because if you don't tell yourself it's true, it's part of the illusion. And you see through it. But as soon as you agree to accept the truth of it, whether you deceived or not, you became a willing participant in the 3D construct. And that's why you ain't supposed to choose sides to maintain your balance in life. Some people stuck to the right trying to be too righteous.
That's right. You got a point.
Some people stuck to the left because they can't break free from the wickedness.
That's right.
Right? But we walk the straight path. So that's the Mr. King.
The green light. The neutral zone. Look, and that's what I was telling you about earlier, where I said that they said that we was nice guys. In Latin, it means stupid, right? Because they spoke Spanish, right? They said nice means stupid in Spanish, but they said we were nice guys, and then they turned around and said that we were Indian givers, meaning that, hey man, we just let you hold that gold. We weren't giving it to you. Could you go in on that, the Indian giver thing with like how you explained about Manhattan? When you tell me about
Manhattan? That's the story in Manhattan. When you look up how much Manhattan was purchased for, it was for some trinkets. Hold on 1 second, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, we got that part. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm looking this up. Go ahead.
We had that. They said that we was nice or we was kind or whatever, but we still had that part to say, "Hold on, sucker. Hold on now, sucker." See, we got that part. Once you started going too far, now hold on. Big Mama wasn't no punk. Now she gonna say, "Hold on, sucker. You going too far now." You had that part right. But yeah, you pull it up. He pulled it up, y'all, about the Indian giver story about how they purchased. Was it $50, $100 or something? Look, purchased.
Now, pay attention to this. Manhattan was sold to the Dutch in 1626 for goods valued at 60 guilders, which is often translated as about $24 at the time.
Wow.
The transaction occurred between Dutch representative Peter Minuit and members of the Lenape tribe, though the understanding of land ownership likely differed significantly between the two groups. Right? So, what made them come up with the term Indian giver? No chief that's from the land will sell you any land. Land is not for sale. It's by heritable birthright on the motherline only. Any of those sharecropping agreements where you see a man name on there, he was giving the land away from under the women. And he was probably an imposter, pretending to be our great-great-great-grandfather. Right? All the time, he was the Samuel L. Jackson in the house. He the one took control of everything, and then he turned around and hired Paleface as the management crew to buffer him from the ones in the family that's out in the field talking about, what is this Negro doing up in the house?
Right.
You see, we couldn't figure it out because the house Negro is comfortable being us with massa.
Right.
Right? But he ain't comfortable with we out in the field.
Right.
You see? So it got to be something else. when we understood that the sweetheart swindle was in play, then we understood who the frauds was. Because they used that sweetheart swindle to give the control of the land over to the system that supported the family that they worked for over in Europe.
Right.
How do we know it was over in Europe? Because all of the money went to Europe.
Right.
It didn't stay here. America haven't done significant infrastructural improvement in years.
Go ahead, talk about it, Rod.
This is because the money was never intended to keep up the upkeep over here. It's like what's the little crazy boy from That's So Raven?
Oh, you talking about Orlando Brown. Lando?
Yep. He said something that a lot of people went over their head. Why America don't look like Dubai? It used to.
Yeah, that's who I heard it. That's who I heard it from, right?
He said, why it don't look like Hong Kong? It used to. Right? He was pointing out cities that's advanced architecturally.
Right.
The use of beautification of the environment and the structural architecture designs that used to be here.
Right.
When they describe it, remember, Tartaria means west of Rome. In the easternmost point of Rome on America is D.C., which was originally Rome. Right? Because it was the first place that the church stuck their flag with the good ship Plymouth.
Go ahead.
Right? So once they declared that Rome, everything west of Rome was destroyed. For mud floods, by blowing dams,
right,
and using the underground aqueduct system that they was controlling out of Philly at one point, but now it's controlled by underground networks. You can flood anywhere if you don't use it, if you just open it wide up. We knew not to do that.
Right.
In order to provide water to parts of the land that hasn't seen moisture in a long time to prevent desert conditions. Even where the desert is, the only reason why it's the desert is because of